Hey everybody, welcome back. Happy New Year. We're going to try this pattern welding thing again. I think it was a temperature thing last time. You just watch how hot this thing is. Yeah, that's way hotter than we were before, and we've only got 4 layers to start with instead of whatever we had before. I think we started with 8. Yeah, it's quite a process. I'm going to try to edit this so that you're not watching the same thing over and over and over, because it's real repetitive, but it is what it is. We're going to try to get this done and see what happens. Yeah, it's a little warm. I want you to take note of where the anvil's at right now. It moves a little bit when we swing at it. Tell you what, that 6-pound hammer is not the easiest thing to swing very often, but it does move some metal. I think we're doing pretty good on these welds. I keep looking at it so that you guys think I'm smart. I don't really know what I'm looking at. Just trying to keep it the same shape, or at least symmetrical. Hey, look at that. Smoking. I thought I quit smoking a long time ago. Time to put on some better gloves. Welding gloves are good, but you can't feel the tongs in your hand. They're not very delicate, but I guess if you're not on fire, that's a good thing. A little forge. I've got one end over closed up right now to get up to those welding temperatures, and I'll tell you what, you can see that is just like a dragon breathing fire. It's crazy hot. Now we've switched over to the straight peen. What we're doing is hitting with the pointy end right now, putting some dents in it. Then we'll flip the hammer over and we'll try to flatten those dents out, and that's going to draw that piece out longer. There we go. Flip the hammer over. Get rid of the glove. There we go. That's that hammer we made out of the split maul. It actually works pretty good. If you notice that my anvil's a little tall for me. When that hammer strikes the top of that piece of material, your knuckles should be flat. It's a little tall. I just haven't taken the time to switch her, cut her down, and it needs to be a much bigger round. I need to go down and cut a big round. Whoa, yeah, she was warm, but I need to go down and cut a big elm round for it. Remount that little anvil on about a 36-inch round. It'd not move as much. And again, you can see how level that concrete is on the floor. It's a little hard to find a flat spot. Get tired of the flame being quite so big, so we open up the other end of the anvil. We're at this point pretty much welded. Now we're going to switch to a close-up. This is where you'll be able to see the old anvil walking across the shop. Now this is kind of the same thing as what I did with that straight peen hammer. I'm hitting it over the horn of the anvil, and that's giving us dents on the side instead of on the flat spots, on the flat surface, and that's going to help us draw it out longer, and it also is going to bring the width in a little bit. And I think it probably helps to work on the edges of those welds. That little hammer right there I've had forever. There's an equipment place here in town that builds potato harvesting equipment, potato handling equipment, and that is an old proto. I think it's 28 ounce machinist ball peen. That's a good hammer. It's on a cut down double bit axe handle. And I'll tell you what, that makes a good hammer. Keeps her straight in your hand, gives you something to hold on to, just about the right profile. I really like it. I think I can actually almost move as much metal with that hammer as I can the big 6 ounce or the 6 pounder, but you know, a smaller face, you're making more dings in the surface, and that's just more grinding later. That's crazy. You can't tell. The camera sees a lot better than I do, apparently, the colors. Because right there, I think that thing almost looked black to me out in the shop. You can see the difference in the ends, you know. But, yeah, it's crazy how good those cameras are. If you can see that little U-shaped tool back there hanging on the bench, that is that's what you call a holdfast. I made that. But that anvil's so short it's almost too long to hold anything. You put it in that square hole and put your piece of steel under it, smack the top of that U, and it's like a vise, a quick vise. It works pretty good, but I just haven't found a real good use for it yet. But I knew how to make one. I'd used one before, so gave me something to do one day. Like I say, there's lots of repetitive motions in this. Hot, heat, beat, you know. But you can see we're starting to thin out, drawing it out a little longer. And yeah, now we're done. This is going to end abruptly. I was going to try to make this a little longer, but nope, we're going to stop. Right here, I'm telling you, we're about 6.5 inches. When we started, this size. Oh, I guess I didn't tell you. The two pieces of steel, the two kinds of steel we're using are 80 CRV and 15N20. So hopefully we get a pattern. Hey, we'll see you in the next video. Go out and get you some.